Well, folks, here we are again on Friday morning. Of course, the big news is this impending storm that is moving through the central plains. Of course, last week we said we were going to see temperatures in the 50s with a high pressure in dominance. 2 weeks ago, we also mentioned that there was a possibility of a big storm at the end of the month, only to see it disappear in last week's models. And once again, once we put the forecast out, we've seen the models change dramatically to this big storm system. Now, it's very welcome moisture. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see much of it make it up into northern Nebraska. And the big thing we're going to deal with over the next 2 days is the heavy snowfall, the high winds, and of course the big travel restrictions. So let's get right into the forecast to see what we have going on for this next few days and what we might expect after the storm passes. The big thing we'll notice is we have a big upper air low that's going to cut off from the flow to the north, and you can see that this moisture moving around is going to bring a line of severe thunderstorms most likely developing this afternoon across Oklahoma and Kansas, and this might actually rob some of the moisture coming into this system. But overall, western Nebraska is still probably going to be looking at somewhere in the 8 to maybe 13, 14-inch range, with winds that are approaching the 40-mile-an-hour range, so we're going to see some blizzard-like conditions. And as the system slowly moves over the next 24 hours and starts to bring the moisture into eastern Nebraska, we're likely to see snowfall breaking out as we get into the overnight hours. And then by tomorrow morning, I think all of eastern Nebraska will be under the snowfall, but it'll be fairly light and it'll be very well defined across northern Nebraska. I don't think we're going to see much in the way across northeastern Nebraska in terms of precipitation. Probably one area where we really need to see it. This is going to be a good moisture source. Pretty much most of the southern 1/3 of the state is likely to see accumulated moisture of in the order of 1.5 to possibly 2.5 inches with this storm system. And as we go to tomorrow, what we're going to notice is the storm system is really cranked up. We may see some more thunderstorm development, might limit the snow in eastern Nebraska. So right now, even though there's a lot of 6 to 9 inch forecasts, we actually may see some limitation across southeastern Nebraska if the thunderstorms get developing here in eastern portions of Kansas. We will see temperatures that will probably be in the mid-20s to the west over the deeper snowpack, and in the southeast we'll probably see our highs in the morning. They'll continue to drop into the upper 20s as the day progresses. By the time we get to Sunday, this low starts to fall apart, and we should see the precipitation coming to an end sometime during the first half of Sunday, and then this will slowly move eastward. Temperatures are going to be pretty much in the upper 20s across the south over the snowfield. As we get to the north, we might actually see the mid to upper 30s where there's less snow cover. As we get into Monday, the storm system slowly starts to make its way to the east. There's another system that's going to come down and really push this out. So overall, our temperatures are going to be primarily in the 30s across the east, and we might see the upper 30s across the west in the areas where we don't have much in the way of significant cover. By Tuesday, we see another system that's trying to move its way through. This one right here might give us some light precipitation, but no significant moisture associated with the system. Highs will be in the low to mid 30s across the east, and in the west we'll see again highs in the mid 30s. As we get to Wednesday, this trough passes through. A slight cool down. We may see highs in the mid to low 30s across the east to the low 40s across the west, and as we get into Thursday, more warmer temperatures come in. We'll be looking at mid 30s east to possibly the mid 40s west. 8 to 14 says basically normal temperatures in terms of precipitation. We start to see a dry trend building in as we move in from next Thursday to the following Tuesday.